Hello everyone, welcome to this month's Color First. This is the color inspiration we are going to be using today. It is a perfect color inspiration to pair with the amazing 49th and Market Plum Grove collection and some pretty fall photos of me and my puppy, or my third child as I like to call him. So I have two photos today, and they are both photos of Fitz and I. This is from our family photo session. I have so many photos to scrapbook from this photo session, which is totally fine because I love nothing more than fall and creating an album that is just fall photos. It's really kind of my jam, so I am A-okay with this. I'm going to use these two photos. I chose these two photos because they have open space on one side. So in both photos, my puppy and I are right justified. So we're both on the right in both photos. And I want to take advantage of that. I am going to go ahead and tear and ink up my edges. So I've matted both my photos together with this fun purple polka dot paper. And I also cut another strip of the purple polka dot paper, and I'm going to put that strip, well, first I'm going to tear it and ink it with Hickory Smoke Distress Oxide ink, and then I'm going to tear it, and then I'm going to place it across the top of my page. My whole jumping off point for my layout today is inspired by this pattern paper. So this is one of the papers in the Plum Grove collection. And see how there's that beautiful like twiggy cluster down at the bottom? I am going to use the rub-ons and the laser cut embellishments, and I'm going to take that twiggy background and I'm going to stretch it all the way across the bottom of the page. And you'll see that in just a minute. But that was what when I went through the pattern papers, this was the first one that inspired me immediately. And it was the first one that I knew exactly how I would put this layout together. So I also really love the butterflies on the other side of that polka dot paper, but that will need to be used another day. One of the products in this line that I am 100% obsessed with are this 12 by 12 rub-on sheet. I think it's called the Color Wash rub-on sheet, but it is these gorgeous big painterly rub-ons. It's like mixed media without the work, and I am here for it. Like these are so cool. I absolutely love them. I am super excited that 49th and Market created this fabulous product, and I cannot wait to use all 8 of these on my projects. For today, I want to go with the orange, so I'm thinking about the colors that are in our inspiration piece for today. So I want to stick to the oranges and the purples and keep the greens and blues and that really deep purple. I'm going to kind of shy away from those. That's not what I'm going for here. I want to really stick to those purples and those oranges. Now you saw me cut that rub-on in half. Absolutely, I'm going to tuck one half of it onto the left side of my photos, and I'm going to tuck the other half into the right side of my photos and get them adhered really well. Next, I am going to go through the pack of rub-ons. So these rub-on packs have 8 sheets of rub-ons in them. So many rub-ons. So I'm going to choose a couple. I want to use the one that has the words on it. I'm going to go ahead and grab my title from that one. That one that's like black and white and has the words. And then I'm going to grab a whole bunch of the rub-ons that are like long and spindly. You're going to hear me say those words a lot today. Long and spindly. So I cut away all of the long and spindly bits from the rub-on packs, and now I'm going through the laser cut elements. This collection has 2 kinds of laser cut elements. One is all flowers, and one is the more kind of traditional laser cut ephemera pack that has all kinds of different elements in it. Again, I'm going through both of the laser cut elements and I'm pulling out the long and spindly bits. Now, these laser cut elements are really, really delicate. So kind of separating out these long, thin, delicate pieces was a bit of a labor of love, not gonna lie. Totally worth it. Easier than fussy cutting. But it did take me a little bit to separate them all out and away from the packaging. So I want to create layers. I want to take that pre-printed design that's on the right and I want to recreate it so that it looks like it's going across the entire bottom of the page behind my photos. And I'm actually going to make it look like it's coming up and in between my photos too. In order to do this, I'm starting with rub-ons. I can layer the ephemera pieces on top of the rub-ons, but I can't layer rub-ons on top of the ephemera pieces. So I'm just going to work my way all the way across and add all of the rub-ons to give this layout some depth. Lots of things to look at. You know, there's rub-ons behind the ephemera, and then the ephemera adds some dimension. And so I'm just going to work my way through adding both rub-ons and ephemera pieces. I also want to give the appearance that the photos are really part of my page and that the page is part of the photos. I want to kind of blend the two together so that it's kind of almost hard to tell what's in the photos and what is on the page. So I'm going to place some of these ephemera pieces up and over the empty parts of my photo, and I'm going to add that die cut that says "You Are a Gift" into as my title, and it's also going to go on top of that photo. When I filled in the area above my photo, I made a point of, or below my photo, I made a point of kind of cutting apart some of those spindly bits. If they didn't look too nice at the top where I cut them in half, that was fine. I could tuck them under the photo, but I didn't want to waste a lot of the pieces up underneath the photo. So I was very liberal in my kind of cutting some of the die cuts apart. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of trim off the bottom edges and get an idea of how this is looking. Does it look full enough, or does it need a little bit more put along the bottom piece? I decided to add a little bit more just to make it a little bit fuller across that bottom area. So across the bottom of the page, I have some of those twiggy bits that are kind of overlapping my photo. And I decided I wanted more twiggy bits that look as though they're coming up behind the photo and then ending up on the second photo. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to move these around a little bit and kind of decide how I want them to be positioned. I ended up deciding against putting rub-ons because I knew on the photos they were just going to blend in. They weren't going to be really visible. So I'm just getting some more of those little twiggy, spindly die cuts and tucking them in. And I love how this looks. I really feel like when you look at this layout as a whole, it's not like you can see a really big separation between the photos and the scrapbooking products. I feel like they blend together really, really well. So the last thing I'm going to do, well, the second to last thing I'm going to do is to add this rub-on across the top part of the picture. It had really good contrast with the river behind us. And then this little kind of peekaboo rub-on underneath the top, just to kind of balance things out. So so that there is a little bit of the flowers that are at the bottom up at the top. We don't need to add anything else to this then, because we have all of those beautiful like splattery rub-ons, which adds those last little bits of confetti that you would probably be searching for. And it was mess free. I am so in love with 49th and Market. They're the best. Absolutely love how this layout turned out. And that's where we're going to call this one all done. You can find links down below to all of these beautiful products from A Cherry on Top, and I have acquired affiliate links. You'll also see a little disclaimer, but if you would like to purchase any of those products and use those links, it is a huge help to my channel, and it's a huge help to my family as well. Here are all of the close-ups. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your week, and be sure to check out Natalie's take on this color combination. Spoiler alert, she used the exact same line I did. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.